Can you tell our viewer about yourself and your business?
Well, thank you, Jefferson, for taking the time to be here today. My name is Emma. I was born in Liberia, West Africa. Of course, I belong to the Crew tribe, but as always, I am a Liberian. MyArea is a transportation networking application on the App Store and iOS. It's pretty much intended to transport people safely, conveniently, and more affordable to the areas that they would like to go. And MyArea allows private drivers, to earn money on their free time, and those perhaps that do not have work and they can utilize their cars to make money. So that is the MyArea.
What inspired you to start MyArea?
I have a little story. I went to Liberia 2014 and I took keke. I also rode the motorcycle and cars, and I noticed when I took the car, we had over 4 people in the car. Poor planning on my part, because I thought, okay, this is my first time back home in a long time. After the war, I haven't been back home. This is my first time. Let me take the car. So I took the car, and my experience was pretty much interesting. A lot of people were sweating, including myself, of course. And I realized, okay, how can I change this for a better experience next time for myself or people coming in the country, or perhaps people already in Liberia, right? So I decided to really look around to see what other systems, transportation systems that they had in Liberia. So I came back to the United States and I called up my partner and I said, look, what if we started something where people can take a car, request a private car without paying so much money that they don't even have? What if we started something like that in Liberia? Then my partner said, that's a great idea, and that's where MyArea came from. I had to go through that experience in order for me to establish MyArea.
Why did you choose Liberia?
Liberia is my home. There is no place like home, and I have Liberia at heart. Anything I do, I prioritize Liberia. That's the first thing. And so when this idea came about, I was very excited to inform my partner about it. And what else can we start other than our own place? I live in Ghana, and I thought, okay, maybe I could start in Ghana, but then I thought, okay, probably this is not a good idea to do so in Ghana, although I'm very familiar with Ghana. But Liberia is somewhere where I intend to live for the rest of my life. As I go on, this is somewhere I would like to, of course, die one day, right? Not right now, but of course one day. The potential in Liberia is very huge, and so I wanted to then partner with somebody who can make this life in our own country, place that we were born, the opportunities are there. So that's why.
How can people find MyArea? Where can they find it? App Store, the website? How can people find it?
MyArea app can be found on 2 platforms. The iOS store, which is if you have an iPhone, you can go to the App Store and download MyArea. And if you have the Android, Samsung, whatever Android type phone you have, you can also download MyArea there. Upon download, you can request a ride. You can sign up to be a driver, and all of that can be done there. We also have our office on Snapper Hill. A lot of you probably are familiar with Snapper Hill. That's where our office is. We can also be found on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So any questions then can be directed to any of those platforms.
Tell us about your drivers. How are you hiring your drivers?
First of all, we are looking at private cars. We send our people in the field to look at people who drive private cars that are good physically, of course, external. And then once we assess that and say, okay, this car is good, we go and speak with the driver. We introduce MyArea to them, the potential to earn money while doing this safely. And if he or she agrees to sign up as a driver, we ask for credentials such as, is your car registered? Do you have your driver's license? Are you insured? And all of those things, if they are true, we welcome you to the office. We do a background check. Once that background check is done and your car has passed, then we have a mechanic who is going to take a look at your car to make sure it's safe for people. You don't want to get on the street and boom, somebody's car gets off the road. So that's why we hire a private mechanic to check your car, and once that's done, you're ready to rock and roll and get on the road to provide affordable, convenient services for our passengers.
What would you like to tell other investors who may be interested in doing business in Liberia?
Well, there are a few things that I will tell investors. Again, these cannot be in any specific order. One, you have to do a feasibility study. You have to see if your idea or things that you want to do in Liberia is feasible. Second, you have to know the audience in which you're targeting. And after that, you also have to understand that Liberia is a very friendly country with 70% of the youth that are likely to go into the labor force. So you have good labor there in terms of age and youth and people that you can bring on board. So those are the three things that I would definitely consider first before putting in money. The potential is there, but you really have to do your feasibility study.
What are some of the good and bad things about doing business in Liberia? If you think there's any good thing or bad thing.
I love my country, so I would probably tell you there's no bad thing. However, I will start with the good first. Liberia is an emerging market, meaning it's not penetrated yet, right? The ideas are there, the opportunities are there, the people are friendly, the people are very welcoming. So those are great things that once you know before they even start there. And once you identify the opportunities, again, like I said, you can make an impact and you can make money. So that's the good part about it. Now, what is not so pleasant about doing business in Liberia is this. Liberia has been in a transitioning phase from the post-war. Now, as you know, we have gone through the war, more than other things, right? So during this transitioning phase, you can see that different departments can be slow to respond to questions that people may have, locations that people can be redirected to in order for the questions to be answered as it relates to business. But that's something that can easily be fixed. That's something that with patience and persistence, you can get those answers. So I won't necessarily say it's bad, but you should be able to wait for someone to tell you, go to this department. And if you go to this department, how persistent are you to get the answers that you're looking for? Now, if you go to Department A to go to this person, are you going to get frustrated and stay there? Or perhaps are you going to move forward and continuously ask for further questions in order for your answers to be met?
Do you have anything to tell Liberian home and abroad about starting business in Liberia?
My Liberian people, let me just tell you, Liberia is a virgin, meaning it's open. The opportunities are there. You just have to assess. You have to do this by yourself. I do not encourage people to stay in the US, UK, or wherever they may be outside of Liberia to think they're going to start a business. You have to go there first. You have to feel the soil. You have to interact with the people. And then you observe, you do your needs assessment. Then you start a business. With that being said, you come home, Liberians. We have to develop our own country. If you don't develop Liberia, who else is going to? So that's something that I'll have to tell you, that come home, the opportunities are there. You can start small and they can grow. There's no such thing as a bad idea.
Is there anything else you want to add to our interview, our questions?
Yes. Liberia is a beautiful country. People with great heart. And whether it's business or leisure, pleasure, whatever it is that you want to explore, just go. The first time, maybe you haven't gone to Liberia in 15, 20 years. Just go and explore. And then you take another visit. If business is something that you want to do, take another visit. Visit the local people. Ask them what's needed within this community. Once you do that, then you can now determine if you want to do business there. But don't count Liberia out because, oh, I don't agree with this. And I don't want to be political here, of course. I don't agree with this, but we all have to develop our country. So my brothers and sisters, please go home. Do something. Your country depends on you. That's all.
What are you waiting for? Save yourself some time and don't be left behind. Download MyArea app today and get going places.